Beast of Gévaudan, an enigmatic dog, wolf, or hyena of south-central France. Etymology: Gévaudan was the old name for an area that roughly corresponds to the modern department of Lozère, France. Physical description: bigger than a wolf, reddish color, large head, small, pointed, upright ears, muzzle like a greyhound dog's, wide gray chest, black streaks on the back. Hind legs are longer than the forelegs. Cropped tail. Behavior: active in the daytime, said to be able to leap a distance of 28 feet and stand on its hind legs on occasion. Cry is like a horse neighing. Seemingly impervious to bullets. Completely ignores sheep, but is wary of cows' horns. Kills and eats women and children by knocking them down and then biting into their throats and faces, sometimes decapitating them. Tracks: dog-like, long and clawed. Habitat: montane forests. Distribution: the mountainous region of Languedoc, Lozère Department, France. Significant sightings: in June 1764, a young girl was tending to cows near Langony, Lozère Department, when she saw what looked like an enormous wolf running toward her. Her dogs panicked, and the animal injured her badly, but the cattle drove the beast off with their horns. The first fatality was a 14-year-old shepherdess named Jeanne Boulet, who was mauled on June 3rd. 11 other fatal attacks on women and children took place through the end of November, when an army unit stationed in Languedoc was called in to hunt down the beast. On December 24th, 1764, a 7-year-old boy was killed by a similar wolf-like animal, as were a shepherd and 2 young girls, before the end of the year. On January 12th, 1765, the beast attacked a group of children near Virelet-d'Apcher and seized an 8-year-old boy, but the others drove it away by jabbing it with a blade attached to a stick and throwing stones. After the army, under Captain Duhamel, aided by a host of volunteers, failed to catch the animal even though they slaughtered about 100 wolves, King Louis XV in February called in a famous Norman wolf hunter named Denneval, who fared no better. The king's harquebusier, Antoine Sieur de Beauternay, was sent to Gévaudan in late July. A girl of the village of Vachelerie disappeared on the evening of September 8th, 1765, after a shepherd found her cap. Beauternay and some gamekeepers found torn and blood-stained clothing and finally the naked body of the girl, with fang marks on her throat and one thigh eaten to the bone. By mid-September, 73 people had been killed over a crescent-shaped area stretching about 31 miles long. Then, Beauternay killed an animal on September 20th, 1765, near the Royal Abbey of Chazay. It seems to have been a large wolf, 5 feet 7 inches long and 130 pounds, with a white throat. It was autopsied, taken to a taxidermist in Clermont-Ferrand, then preserved at the Muséum d'Histoire Naturelle in Paris until it was lost. The attacks ceased for nearly 3 months. On December 2nd, 1765, 2 young children were attacked near Montmouchet, and more children were killed in February and March 1766. The region again appealed for royal aid, but since the beast was officially dead, the request was ignored. When another little girl was killed at Nozay-Rollet on June 18, 1767, the Marquis d'Apcher and 12 hunters set off to track the beast. One of the hunters, Jean Chastel, shot a reddish animal on June 19th, after which the depredations finally stopped. The corpse of the animal was crudely stuffed, then displayed in the region for 2 weeks, after which it was sent to Paris and examined by the naturalist Comte Buffon. The animal was preserved at the Muséum d'Histoire Naturelle in Paris until 1819 and evidently identified at the same time as a striped hyena. The official tally of deaths attributed to the beast of Gévaudan is 100, most of them women and children. Present status: a French film about the beast, Le Pack de Loup, was released in 2001. Possible explanations: 1. A gray wolf that turned to man-eating, though this is completely uncharacteristic of the species and cannot explain the decapitations. Except for rare attacks by rabid animals, there is virtually no evidence for attacks by wolves on humans throughout the 20th century. 2. Domestic dog-wolf hybrid. 3. The striped hyena of Africa, like the animal killed in 1767, has a blunt muzzle, pointed nose, striped body, and shaggy mane from head to tail. Primarily interested in carrion, it can kill prey up to the size of an adult donkey. It is seldom swift enough to catch alert wild animals, but is said to occasionally snatch unprotected human babies. Nonetheless, it is shyer than its relative, the spotted hyena. 4. A baboon of some kind, since one was rumored to have been killed in the area. 5. A wolverine, suggested by Francis Peter. 6. A sterile lion-tiger hybrid, either a liger or tigon. 7. Jean-Jacques Barloy has suggested that Protestant hunters deliberately unleashed huge dogs or a hyena on the Catholic peasantry after the first animal was killed in 1765. There was an intense Protestant-Jesuit rivalry in the area at that time. 8. A serial killer wearing an animal skin, perhaps even one of the brothers of Jean Castel, who may have faked killing a hyena to cover up the murders.